Okay, I'm going to start just with 3 words. Make it so. That's right. It has been announced that Captain Jean-Luc Picard is coming back to the Star Trek franchise. It's kind of exciting. Well, it's not kind of. It's actually really exciting. This is fun because it's a whole new series, a new story. And there had been rumors for a while that Patrick Stewart was coming back to Star Trek, but again, rumors are just rumors. I don't believe them because you get excited. Next thing you know, you find out the rumor is BS, and then you're stuck thinking, that would have been such a great idea. Weeks ago, I remember a friend of mine had posted on my Facebook, Picard's coming back. And I had heard the rumor, and I said, well, it's a rumor. So until I hear somebody affiliated with Star Trek say it's official. But at the Star Trek convention in Las Vegas, it has been announced that, yes, indeed, Captain Picard is coming back. Although, will he be captain? I mean, it's been 20 years, right? He could be Admiral. He could be Ambassador Picard. I'm sure he won't be on board the Enterprise, although it will be really cool to see a new Enterprise crew somehow in the mix. Or maybe the whole story could be that they have to bring him back to the Enterprise, So I'm already having all these ideas of what could happen, but that would be cool, or maybe Picard has retired and they got to bring him back. It's like, hey, Captain, we need you back with a whole new crew on board a brand new Enterprise. So 20 years, it could be, let's see, it could be the F or G, right? Enterprise G, that'd be cool. So I'm really excited. My captain is definitely Sisko. I've always been a huge fan of Avery Brooks, and Captain Sisko is just one of those no-nonsense captains. He will say photon torpedoes and fire. And so by the time you're even done with hailing frequencies, he's already shot you down with like a barrage of torpedoes, right? So I've always liked the story between Jake Sisko and his dad. I don't know. I always felt that Captain Sisko just had so much more of a down-to-earth feel, where Picard was not just a scientist, but he was an archaeologist. He was kind of serious in a way, where Sisko was more like a little laid back, but also, I mean business, type of administrator on Deep Space Nine. Plus he was a type of religious leader for the people of Bajor. And Deep Space Nine is definitely one of my favorite, I would have to say my top Star Trek, close there with Disco. But I love Next Generation. I literally watch Next Generation almost every night before going to sleep. And I love the crew of the Enterprise. I think that was one of the best crews that we've had. So it's definitely, even though a huge, huge announcement today, very exciting. I can't wait to see where this is going to go. Did Picard marry? It's like now we have to think about all these things. Supposedly there's no stories. There's no time frame set. Nobody has any information. They probably do. They just don't want to tell us. But I think it's just a great idea, to bring back a really lovable character like Picard. There's just so many ideas that they could take this, new, like I said, new Enterprise. Maybe he's no longer on Earth. Maybe he moved to Romulus, right? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe he lives on Vulcan. Or maybe he's on Kronos. So who knows? So many things can happen, but it's pretty cool. Great announcement. That's just my short ramble because it's exciting for the Star Trek universe to bring back that captain. I wish Sisko would come back, but as we know from the upcoming Star Trek Deep Space Nine documentary, What We Left Behind. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. I helped with sponsorship. Yes, I donated because I love Deep Space Nine, and I can't remember the title of it. That's terrible. But they've mentioned multiple times that unfortunately Avery Brooks is no longer really wanting to be too involved with anything with regards to Deep Space Nine. Not in a bad way. From my understanding is that he feels that he has already said all that he wants to say about the Star Trek. And if you think about it, when you go to a convention and these guys are saying, doing panels and talking about their careers, whatever, it's always going to be the same thing with a different audience, and it probably gets repetitive and it gets tiresome. I believe I met him the last convention he did. It was in Orlando, Florida. And I remember he was an amazing person, just chatting with him, talking with him. It was a smaller convention, so you had the opportunity to go and talk to him. And there was a concert that evening, and I was front row center, and he sang to me and my friend. It was exciting, and I'll never forget that night. It was like, I just got serenaded by Avery Brooks. Oh my goodness, my life is perfect. And so I don't think that we'll see a Picard Cisco return, which would be awesome. But hey, at least we got Picard. So yeah, so many possibilities within the Star Trek universe of having other people come back. You know, there could be a Kirk Picard reunion. Who knows? You know, Worf could be there. You know, I think everybody was hoping, not everybody, well, some people I know had mentioned that the big announcement at the Star Trek convention was going to be that Worf was going to have a series. But hey, it's Picard. So yeah, it's time for some tea. Earl Grey, hot. So that's my ramble. Till next.